Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3 4. Testing 1 2 3 4 5. 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 Hello. Zach. Hey, buddy. Hey, whatever works for you. There's about 10 minutes until tip-off, 11 minutes to be exact, so. Say that again. All right, yep. What do you got after that? Let's go on after that. Welcome everybody to the live stream. We are about 10 minutes until tip-off. Let me know how things sound on the other end. Testing 1, 2, 3 for the live stream. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Can you hear?
Before we go on? Okay, thanks, buddy. Okay, thanks. Well, welcome everybody to Chetopa, Kansas, where tonight the Lady Indians take on the Hornets of Chetopa in the opening round of the Mark Turlip Classic. Each opening round game is played on the road. Southeast plays at Columbus tonight. St. Paul plays at Chetopa Thursday and Friday. Will both be at home at Billy Fager Fieldhouse in St. Paul, Kansas, to finish off the Mark Turlip Classic, and we look forward to a good tournament, Ross.
Yeah, the tournament's always very competitive every year. All the teams, are event. It'll be a little different this year. You have that tournament atmosphere when the crowd gets into it, and of course we won't have any crowds into it, at least for a game or two until the rules change. So that'll be a little bit interesting. But other than that, it's always it's a fun time.
Yeah, speaking of the rules changing, starting Thursday the 10th, they are going to allow 2 people per family, 2 parents per family in the gymnasium now. So there'll be a few fans in the stands after tonight for the finish off the Mark Turlip Classic there in St. Paul and for the rest of the season, or at least until the 28th when they'll reevaluate and hopefully open it up to anyone. We'll see how things act by then. The little glitch in the tournament today, as of today, or actually as of yesterday, is unfortunately the St. Paul boys basketball team is in quarantine. So they've had to drop out of the tournament because of COVID. As far as we know, the other 3 teams will continue on, which will be Chetopa, Southeast, and Columbus.
Yeah, that's a tough break for the boys. You know, you practice all preseason, getting ready for everything. Season finally gets here, and then after one game, the rug gets kind of pulled out from underneath you for obviously reasons not under your control. But hopefully they'll, recover and get back to work and have a good season after that.
Yeah, hopefully no other breakouts besides that. St. Paul schedule will continue. The girls' schedule will continue on just like normal. The boys will be off until the 15th, which will make them mix the remainder of the Mark Turlip Classic plus the Frontenac game, and should be back by the 15th for the Opie game unless something else happens between now and then. But the girls' schedule, as I said, will continue as planned, so we'll be on the air Thursday night, 6:45 approximately. The girls play at 7 o'clock Thursday and Friday night, so we look forward to that action after we finish off here tonight. We're about 4 minutes till at 4:20 until tip-off. We're going to take a break. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout. Let's St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Welcome back, everybody. Excuse me. As we get set for opening tip-off here, what do you know about Chetopa girls this year, Ross?
I don't know where they're at. I know last year they had a very solid team. I know they finished pretty high up in the league. They came off a really good volleyball season, from a year ago, and I think it carried over into basketball. They lost their first game to Sedan, by double digits, but I'm not sure again where that compares to, Galena. But Chetopa, I think they've got a couple of they got Briley Kennard on the team, who's, very good athlete, very good ball player, and I know the program has improved a lot from when he took over to where it is now, and I look for them to be very competitive in the league this year.
3 seniors on the squad for Chetopa, none for St. Paul. St. Paul coming off a tough loss. Thought it was a good ball game in their opening round loss to Galena, lost by 5 points in that game. Back and forth game. The girls led in the second quarter. Galena came out with a nice run in the third quarter. The girls could close the gap a little in the fourth quarter, but never could really quite get all the way back and end up losing that game by 5, Ross.
Yeah, it was a tough loss to start the season out, but give a lot of credit to Galena. That was a very good team. Sarwinski girls probably going to be one of the better players we see this season. Galena is going to make some noise in the CNC, so there's nothing to be ashamed of. It's kind of interesting, you watch the game, and at times it felt like, well, the offense is bogging down, but the reality of it is, then they still put up 40 points in the game and ended up with a nice night, so hopefully that'll carry over.
So the girls are going to try to bounce back off that tough loss. I thought the girls played well offensively, as you just alluded to, over 40 points in a game. That's pretty good offensive scoring. With Coach Tuck's normal man-to-man defense, that's generally going to win you a lot of ball games. But it was just hard for them to slow down the guards of Galena, starting with the Sarwinski girl, and the Indians' man-to-man defense give up a little over 50 points. So it was a good ball game, hard-fought ball game, and just an open round loss and a good start to the season.
Yeah, I mean, St. Paul's defense, we're getting ready for the national anthem.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a break here as we get set for the national anthem. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. The St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Well, welcome back to Chetopa Gymnasium here, where we get set for tip-off in girls action here in the open round of the Mark Turlip Classic between the St. Paul girls and the Chetopa girls. I tell you what, awful quiet in here, Ross. There's a total of Ross, I, the cameraman, and that's just about it in the gymnasium besides the officials, scorekeepers, coaches, and players. So that's going to change a little bit come Thursday, where Acacia today decided to allow 2 parents per family starting the 10th. So Thursday, hopefully everything looks a little bit different.
Yeah, I think that'll be a welcome change. Probably the only ones not looking forward to that would be the referees, obviously. But
they need to earn their money, Ross. We can't holler at them because we're too busy calling the ball game. So somebody needs to keep them on us. So a little different look for the starting lineup for the Indians tonight. Sophia Albertina, Kenna Doherty, Chloe Seamy, Ava Chambers, and Elise Doherty get the nod here tonight for the Indians of St. Paul.
Yeah, second game of the season, and Coach Chuck's already tinkering with the lineup. Don't know if that's seeing something on film he didn't like or just trying to, motivate the team overall. So it'll be interesting to see how that works.
So for Chetopa, Moore gets to start, number 5. She is a junior. Amber Ross, a sophomore, a senior, gets to start. Tabby Pierce, number 14, a junior. And number 22, Braylee Kennard, a senior. And the last starter is Taylor Beard. Number 23 is a junior. So young squad this year for the Indians. No seniors on the squad. So the Indians should just, and they look pretty decent starting with Galena. Lost 3 big seniors last year off the team. So didn't look like they lost much offensively. And, playing together ought to help. They've been playing together for a long time, and they ought to have a nice program to build on the next couple of years, Ross.
Yeah, they're going to have everybody back next season as well. So, it looks like the program's definitely, say, trending upward. St. Paul's is good every year, it seems like, in girls basketball. But, next year we should be just as solid.
St. Paul starts with the basketball, no tip. Pass inside to Chambers, kicks it out to Chambers. Pull-up jump shots blocked by the Hornets.
Nice aggressive move for Ava to take it in. The girl just got up and got her hand on it.
Ball's loose in the middle, now kicked out top. 3-pointer on the way, off the front of the iron. No good. Rebound comes out to the Indians. Seamy looks ahead, got Doherty ahead of the pack, and she misses the layup short, and it goes right back to Chetopa. So back and forth we go.
Yeah, it's a tough shot for Elise. It was a layup, but when you're running down the court full speed and you got to catch the pass and try to get the layup up, that's tough.
Layup inside by Chetopa, up and good. Number 14, Tabby Pierce. And now a full court press and a bump and a foul by number 14, Pierce, the juniors. The first foul of the ball game. Chetopa leads 2-0. Full court pressure applied by the Hornets of Chetopa.
Yeah, kind of turning the tables on the Indians. Usually the Indians are the one doing the full court pressure.
And there's a steal, right, just like that off of Albertini. Layup is good. So the Indians struggle a little bit against the press for Chetopa. Chetopa leads 4-0. Two people ahead of the pack and pass too far ahead. Albertini needed to look ahead a little bit quicker. Had Chambers and Kenneth Doherty both standing underneath the basket wide open.
Yeah, I think the press sped up the Indians a little bit and getting them out of sync. Hopefully they'll relax a little bit. And once you kind of figure out the press, at that point you can get easy baskets off of it. But it's getting to that point that's the problem.
I believe the score is 4-0, although the scoreboard says 5-2, and I don't know why. Doherty with the basketball up top. That's at least Doherty. Dribbles to the right, down to the block. Partially blocked. Ball gets stuck on the rim. It's going to be a jump ball, and the change of possession arrow is going to go back to Chetopa.
Yeah, the ball just went up and got caught right between the glass and the rim. Not the start I think Coach Tuck was looking for to get the game going, Dan.
Oh, it should be.
Yeah, I was going to say
it should be Chetopa's basketball, and it is. As Chetopa now Indians lined up in full court press. Chetopa set to put the ball in play. Kennard gets it into Mackenzie Moore, and it's knocked out of bounds by the Indians by Doherty and Albertini, and it'll stay with the Hornets.
Yeah, the Indians they're jumping that first pass. The pass goes in the corner. They're trapping it.
Kennard set to put the ball in play for the Hornets. Feeds it into Beard in the corner. Beard with the basketball. Now picked up full court man-to-man. Chambers picks her up. Pass on up, now down to the baseline. Shot up, no good, too hard. Mackenzie Moore with, McKaylee Moore with the rebound. It goes out on her, and it's back to the Indians.
Yeah, the Indians were kind of lucky there. That was a good look on that offensive rebound.
Albertini breaks the press. Got two men ahead of the field. Cross-court pass to Doherty. Layup good. Kenneth Doherty scores. Brings the score to 4-2. Hornets lead by 2. Almost a steal by the Indians. Now Kennard has it. Bumped into by Doherty. Going to travel with the basketball. Turnover is going to give it back to the Indians.
Yeah, a little contact there. It either had to be the travel or the foul, and the Indians got the call.
Shirts into the game for Moore for the Hornets. 6:04 left to go in the first. 4-2. Hornets up by 2. Elise Doherty with the basketball. The young junior passes it to her sister, Kenneth Doherty, the sophomore. Around to Simi. Simi drives to her left, feeds it to the baseline to Chambers. Chambers to the left elbow, feeds it to Albertini. Left-hand layup in contact. She's going to go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Maybe not. Maybe he called it on the floor. He did call it on the floor. So it'll be Indians basketball under their own rim.
That's the second foul on number 14.
Layup off the rim, no good by Doherty off the inbounds, and it's out on her and goes back to the Hornets. Good feed from Albertini into Doherty. She just couldn't quite get it to go, and the score remains 4-2. Hornets up by 2. Now the Indians back off the initial full court press. Doherty is on Kennard. She goes around her to the left of the free throw line, tries to throw up a wild shot, no good. Kenneth Doherty with the rebound. Doherty pushes the ball back down the right side, feeds it to Elise Doherty down to the baseline, pull-up jump shot off, short, no good. Elise Doherty a little cold to start the game, had a couple layup looks and a 10-footer there and can't get none of them to go.
Well, she had 17 the other night, Dan. I think she deserves to keep shooting at this point.
Kennard with the basketball, top of the key. Doherty on her, that's Elise Doherty, feed down into Beard, layup, good.
Yeah, Ava Chambers went for the steal on the entry pass and just went right off her fingertips, but when she didn't get it, it left it wide open for a layup.
Indians up to the scores table. Can't see who it is until they enter the game. Sophie Albertini, 6-2, Hornets up by 4. Chambers into the lane, kicks it out. Doherty, three-point shot, top of the key, way off, no good. Elise Doherty with the shot from the top of the key. Emerald Struthers, Josie Harris, and Claire Bradshaw into the game for Chambers, Simi, and Elise Doherty. 6-2, Hornets up by 4. 4:43 left to go here in the first period. Kennard with the basketball, feeds it in to Shirts. Shirts picks up her dribble, now back to Kennard. Here comes the double team. Kennard back to her right, gets it across half court. Down to Beard at the baseline, drives the baseline. She's going to be fouled on the floor by either Struthers or it is on Struthers.
Yep.
Her first, team foul number 1 on the Indians. Chetopa with the basketball, set to put the ball in play. Backside feed into Moore, saves it up top to Arnold. Arnold back to Moore. Moore dribbles against Kenneth Doherty. Man-to-man defense applied by the Indians. 4:20 left to go here in the first. 6-2, Hornets up by 4. Arnold with the basketball, loses it for a second. Now Recruiter hands it off to Beard. Timeout. Coach Bradshaw for the Hornets. 30-second timeout. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. Let's St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Welcome back. Halfway through the first, 6-2. Hornets up by 4. Quiet start for the Indians offensively. Pretty sloppy game put together by the Indians so far. Lobbing over the top, stolen by Struthers. Struthers down the right side. Arnold on her, pulls it back out. Claire Bradshaw with the ball, drives the baseline. She's going to be fouled on the floor as she makes the layup, but the foul was about 5 feet from the basket. So it'll be St. Paul's basketball under their own rim. Albertini set to put the ball in play for the Indians. Lob in at the free throw line to Struthers. Pull up jump shot. Good. Gets it rolled over to the front of the rim. Here comes the pressure by the Indians. Shirts with the basketball. Double team by Albertini and Harris. Feeds it ahead to Arnold. Arnold 3-on-1 all the way in. Tries to get across. Oh, tough foul on Harris. I thought it was, she put both hands up in the air. Now it's going to be on Struthers. Her second. Thought it was pretty good defense by Emerald. Gets whistled for her second foul. 2 team fouls on the Indians, both on Struthers.
Yeah, I mean, Struthers wasn't set, but it looked like the defender initiated the contact by dribbling into her. And as a defender, you don't have to be set if you have position. And I thought that call could have gone the other way.
Lob in over the top to Shirt. She's going to be double teamed down in the corner. Stripped away for a minute. Now gets it back. Oh, it's a double dribble. She got away with it. Drives the baseline. Under pressure. And turnover. Albertini with it. Albertini down the right hand. Pulls out. Sets up the offense. Good idea. Didn't have the numbers. Struthers with the basketball. Feeds it off to Bradshaw. Three-pointer from her. Short. Well off. No good. Saved in bounds. But it's going to be out on the Indians. Yeah, Indians shot 2 threes so far, Ross, and neither one of them drew iron.
Well, yeah, they haven't even been close, Dan. Maybe we ought to just take it in the lane a little bit more.
Full court pressure applied by the Indians. Back into the game is Elise Doherty and Chloe Simi. Moore with the basketball. Cross court pass to Kennard, back to Moore. Moore to the right side. Indians end up on the floor. Is that the... Oh, it's going to be a charge or a moving screen on number 4, Arnold, for the Hornets.
Her second foul.
Elise Doherty inbounds the ball to Chloe Simi. 3:11 left to go in the first. Indians trail by 2, 6-4. Struthers back up top to Doherty. Doherty to her left. Gets to Bradshaw in front of the rim. Pull up jump shot off the backboard, in and out. Harris with the rebound. Put back, no good. Rebound comes to Shirts. And it's going to be a foul on Josie Harris. They just called it out of bounds. And it's going to be St. Paul's basketball.
Yeah, that's one of those that gets called a lot, though, Dan. When you miss the shot and the girl gets the rebound in front of you and you grab for the ball, they'll call that a lot. But this time that she fell out of bounds and Indians get the call.
Lob in, pulling jump shot. Good by Struthers. A foul. I don't know who. Red 15 on the rebound. Struthers shot count ties the score, but a foul on Elise Doherty, third team foul, first on her. Away from the basketball foul underneath the basket after Struthers shot the ball.
Ties the game up. Nice little burst of energy that the 3 girls that started the night before get back in the game have given the Indians.
Now double team on the full court pressure gives a timeout to Coach Bradshaw. With that, we'll go ahead and take a timeout. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Zach, make it a 1 minute, please. Welcome back. Chetopa's basketball out of the timeout. Moore with it. Feeds it back to Kennard. Kennard picked up by Harris. She crosses half court. Stolen by Harris. Poked away. Down for the left-handed layup. It's no good. Off. Swatted out of bounds by Claire Bradshaw, and it'll go back to the Hornets.
Yeah, Indians have missed 2 or 3 or 4 in the paint, Dan, which is it's good they're getting those shots, but if we start connecting on them, that'll help. You know, we need that to get the lead for sure.
Moore with the basketball, double team, feeds it to Beard, now back to Moore. Moore across the timeline with the basketball. Claire Bradshaw picks her up. Left wing over to number 10, Ross. Three-pointer up and good, and that gives the Hornets a 9-6 lead. Full court pressure again by the Hornets. Elise Doherty with the basketball. Now Chetopa retreats. Doherty right down the lane. Layup no good. Off. Rebound comes to Hornets. Shirts feeds it off to Beard. Beard picked up by Elise Doherty. Elise Doherty with the steal down the right side. Layup no good again. Swatted out of bounds. It's going to be off of the Hornets and stay with the Indians. Ava Chambers into the game. Kenna Doherty and Sophia Albertini.
Yeah, that looked like maybe the Chetopa or the Indians rebounder was staying out of bounds and the ball maybe touched her, but I guess he's saying the ball hit the line before it bounced up and hit the Indian player.
Albertini with the basketball underneath the basket. Feeds it into Claire Bradshaw. Bradshaw into the lane, right in front of the rim, all the way to the rim. Layup no good. Rebound comes out to the Hornets. Kennard with the basketball, feeds it ahead to Moore. Moore lost it out of bounds and gives it right back to the Indians. Hornets lead 9-6, 1:41 left to go here in the first period.
Very fast-paced game. Score might not indicate it, Dan, but the teams are really going up down the court tonight.
Albertini with the basketball, hands it off to Doherty. Doherty kicks it out to Elise Doherty over to Claire Bradshaw. Bradshaw across the lane, hands it to Albertini. Albertini kicks it out to Chambers. Three-point shot on the way and good by Ava Chambers. Ties the score at 9. A little full-court token pressure. Here comes a double team on Shirts by the Doherty sisters. They break it, feed it ahead to Beard. Three-pointer by her off the backboard. Too hard, no good. Kenna Doherty with the rebound. Feeds it to Elise Doherty. Down the right side of the court she goes. Feeds it out to Chambers. Chambers open again, but she elects not to shoot it into Bradshaw. Bradshaw all the way to the rim. Layup, good. Finally got one to go underneath the rim. Shirts with the basketball. Feeds it into Moore for the Hornets. Bradshaw forcing her towards the sideline. And she crosses half court with it. Back up top to Shirts. Feed inside to Kennard. Layup, good. 38 seconds left to go in the first. Score tied at 11. Albertini feeds it ahead to Chambers. Chambers shoots off short, no good. Rebound comes out to Shirts for the Hornets. Shirts back up top to Kennard. Kennard into the lane. Tough shot up, no good. Gets her own rebound, put back good.
Yeah, a lot of contact on that. They didn't get the call, but she was right there to get her own rebound.
13 seconds, 10 seconds. Albertini crosses half court with it. 8 seconds. Albertini hands it off to Kenna Doherty. Up top to Elise Doherty. Swings it around to Bradshaw. Three-pointer way off, no good. Albertini shot at the buzzer, no good. At the end of the first quarter, Hornets 13, Indians 11. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul Basketball on Hot 105. Welcome back. 8 minutes on the clock. We're getting set to start the second quarter. Indians trail by 2, 13-11.
Yeah, Dan, I think it was a fast-paced first quarter, but I think the story for the Lady Indians is missed layups. I count at least 7 missed layups, 2 feet from the basket. And if they turn that around, that's sure going to make a big difference, but until it gets there, it's kind of tough to watch.
Field goal percentage cannot be good for the Lady Indians. Harris set to put the ball in play for the Indians. It'll be Indians basketball to start the second, where they trail to the Hornets 13-11. Struthers feeds it off to Albertini, now up to Simi, three-point shot, top of the key, good. Chloe Simi buries a 3 from the top of the key. Full court pressure, Shirts looks to get into more, now back to Shirts. Shirts picked up by Harris. Crosses over to her left, then her right. Now she picks up her dribble. Harris all over, looking for somebody to get rid of it too. Albertini with the steal. Albertini to the lane, kicks it off to Struthers, pull-up jump shot. Long, no good, Shirts with the rebound. Indians lead by 1, 14-13, 7:20 left to go in the second period. Moore with the basketball, into the lane, kicks it off to the baseline, out of bounds. Turnover against the Hornets, and it'll go back to the Indians.
Yeah, good tough defense by the Lady Indians. Moore spun around her defender, but then she ran into the help defender and made a bad pass on that.
Albertini with the basketball, feeds it off to Struthers. Struthers to the elbow, cross-court pass to Harris. Harris into the lane, shot up and under, good, and gives the Indians a 16-13 lead. Now through it out of bounds does Kennard, and it goes back to the Indians under their own basket. Elise Doherty, the scores table for the Indians, 8-man rotation for the Lady Indians so far in this game.
Yeah, Indians got a 3-point lead, and they're starting to look like they're getting a little bit more in rhythm on offense.
Lobbying over the top to Struthers, had the shot, missed or passed on it. Now Harris from the left elbow feeds it to Albertini. She drives into the lane, pull-up jump shot, no good. Rebound Doherty, put back no good, but she's fouled.
Nice job by Elise Doherty to be Johnny on the spot for that offensive rebound, going to the line to shoot 2.
Elise Doherty at the line to shoot 2, 15 foul on the Hornets, first on Shirts. Doherty settles in at the line to shoot 2. First one on its way is good.
Elise's first points of the game after 17 the other night.
That was one bright spot for the Indians, Lady Indians the other night, Ross. I thought they shot free throws pretty well when they got a chance. Off, and I jinxed her, off on the second. But Harris gets a rebound right back to the rim, but she's going to get whistled for the double dribble.
Yeah, she was trying. The ball was on the ground, and she was trying to control it, and the ref felt like she had possession of it. And then when she got it, she got control of it. She started to dribble again.
Indians up by 4. A little full court pressure, goes out of bounds, off of the Indians. It'll stay with the Hornets. Shirts set to put the ball in play on the sideline. Full court pressure now. 30-second timeout. Kenna Doherty needs to tie her shoe. Ref Johnny on the spot. Whistles it dead. 6:38 left to go in the second. 17-13. Indians up by 4. Shirts fit, and it's going to be out of bounds off of the Hornets. She tried to feed it into Beard. It was off of her, and Shirts hit it again before she got in bounds, so it's out on the Hornets as Moore checks in for Shirts.
Yeah, the press has done a very good job of creating turnovers, Dan. She's been doing it all night long.
Albertini with the basketball, dribbles towards the top of the key as the Indians set their offense to the elbow to Struthers, to Harris, back to Struthers. Kicks it to Kenna Doherty, feed inside to Harris, turnaround shot is good, and she's fouled.
Nice play on that, Dan. That was Indians made some quick passes and a little back screen that Josie Harris went around and got it right on the block and was able to get it up and in, and now going to the line for a 3-point play.
19-13, Indians up by 6. Harris at the line for the and one. As subs come into the game, Shirts back into the game for the Hornets. Harris's free throw rattles in, is good, and gives the Indians 7-point lead. A full court pressure applied by the Indians into Moore. Moore kicks it back to Kennard. Kennard to the left against Elise Doherty to Shirts. Shirts drives into the lane. Shot is short, but it's tipped by the Indians. and it'll stay with the Hornets. Kennard set to put the ball in play for the Hornets. Feeds it in over the top to Schertz. Schertz back to Kennard in the corner. As my mask gets wadded up, and she buries a 10-foot jumper from the baseline to get him within 5, 20-15. Albertini feeds it off to Bradshaw, up to Elise Doherty, to the top of the key to Josie Harris. Indians set their offense. Now Harris just elects to throw up a 3. It's no good. Saved inbounds by Albertini, but she is standing out of bounds, so it goes back to the Hornets. Simi and Chambers back into the game for the Indians.
Yeah, that was a big possession, I felt, for the Lady Hornets on the last one, Dan. They'd let the lead build up to 7. They hadn't had a bucket in a while, and that was a big shot by Bradley Kennard to get that in.
Schertz ahead to Moore, down to the corner to Ross, back up top to Kennard. 20-15, Indians up by 5. Ross with the basketball, right wing. She's guarded out there by Claire Bradshaw. 5-second call, and it's a good thing it was because Harris was beat by Kennard on the inlet pass, but the 5-second call came first. Simi feeds the ball into Albertini. 5:25 left to go in the second. 20-15. Indians lead by 5. Harris left wing down to the baseline to Bradshaw. Bradshaw drives into the lane. Got a lane. Layup, no good. Short. Rebound goes to Ross for the Hornets. Indians retreat in their man-to-man defense. That's a travel on Ross, as she picked up her dribble, had nowhere to go with it. No pressure. She just simply
just kind of got caught in no man's land.
Got caught in between steps as she picked up her dribble. Indians need to take advantage of this. They've had some good looks at the basket. They've just missed way too many shots underneath the basket. Kenna Doherty picks up her dribble, feeds it off to Bradshaw. Bradshaw to Harris. Harris off to Simi. Simi feeds it back up top to Ava Chambers, over to Claire Bradshaw. Off to Kenna Doherty. Doherty holds the ball at the top of the key, feeds it off to Chloe Simi. Indians being very patient on their motion offense here. Bradshaw dribbles to her right. Now back up top to Harris. Harris open at the top of the key. 3-pointer on the way. Short, off, no good. And it's off of the Indians and goes back to the Hornets.
Both teams in a little bit of a scoring drought.
Kennard feeds it into Schertz. Schertz back to Kennard, picked up by Simi. Moore ahead to Ross. Ross at the baseline, the right side, drives against Bradshaw. Cross-court pass, it goes out of bounds. It's going to be off of Harris as Elise Doherty checks into the game.
Again, been a pretty good pace tonight, Dan. Both teams pressing and playing fast pace. It's a lot of action.
4:15 left to go in the second period. 20-15, Indians up by 5. Moore to the lane. She's going to be fouled on the floor. 14 foul on the Indians. That's on Chambers. Third on her. She has 3 of the 14 fouls on the Indians, apparently.
No, I only have Ava down for 1 foul.
They must have had, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that was her
only
first.
ones I know. Struthers has 2. Ava has 1, and I'm not sure who has the 4th one. So
Elise.
There, it is the first foul on Chambers. 4:08 left to go in the second. 20-15. Chetopa's basketball. Moore with the basketball, guarded by Simi. Now it's off of Beard. Now right back to Simi, and she's tripped up by Moore. And that's going to send Simi the line to shoot the front end 1-1.
Yeah, that was an odd play. The Chetopa offensive player had her back to number 5 Moore, and Moore threw it, and it just hit her in the back and then rolled down on the floor, and then Moore, going for the loose ball, ended up getting a foul.
Simi at the line, shoot front end 1-1. Struthers checks in for Chambers. Simi at the line to shoot the front end 1-1. On its way and good. Gives the Indians a 21-15 first score by either team in a couple minutes. Simi at the line for her seconds on its way in, right through there and good.
Chloe with 5 points in the second quarter.
Kennard to Moore. Moore back to Kennard. Full court pressure by the Indians. Now break the press. Got a 2-on-1. It's off of Schertz's foot and out of bounds and goes back to the Indians.
Yeah, Indians got a little lucky there when Schertz got the ball and or Arnold got the ball and pivoted. She had a person wide open under the basket. She liked to try to take it all the way in, and not a bad decision either, but it ended up bouncing off her foot.
Kenna Doherty hands it off to Elise Doherty. Into the lane she goes. Left-handed shot long, no good. A rebound to Schertz for the Hornets. Elise Doherty still trying to find her rhythm here tonight. Moore with the basketball, guarded by Simi. Feeds it off to Schertz at right wing. Drives against Doherty, gets around her. Now shot short, no good. Simi with the rebound. Simi feeds it ahead to Elise Doherty. Doherty got some room, goes into the baseline, shot up and good. Doherty drive all the way to the rim and gets the Indians out to a 24-15 lead.
Nice.
Up by 9.
Nice strong move by Elise there.
Kennard back to Moore. Moore at half court. And it's going to be a 5-second call against Chetopa. And really an unforced 5-second call as Albertini and Harris check back into the game for the Indians.
Yeah, the Indians weren't really pressuring I mean, they had the defender on the ball, but they weren't really denying the pass on the wings, and ended up just getting 5-second call.
Albertini with the basketball above the timeline. Feeds it off the left wing to Harris. Harris up to Kenna Doherty, over to Struthers. Struthers off to Albertini. Albertini off to Harris. Harris ball fake, drives in, shot up and good, and she's fouled. Eighth team foul on the Hornets, and that is the third on Arnold. Harris to the free throw line to shoot the and one, and the Indians out to a 26-15 lead. Largest lead of the game for the Indians. Harris's free throw on the way and short, no good. Rebound, Doherty, and Harris somehow ends up back with it as Doherty had it poked away from her, and she scores from the right block and gives the Indians 28-15 lead.
Yeah, nice hustle by Josie Harris to be there for the offensive rebound and get the putback.
More to Beard. Beard cross-court pass over to Kennard. Kennard to the free throw line, kicks it out to Schertz. Schertz down to the baseline to Moore. Drives with her left hand, kicks it up top to Kennard. Pull-up shot from the free throw line, no good. The rebound fought for and brought down by Struthers. .159 left to go before halftime, 28-15.
Yeah, I'll probably jinx the Indians, Dan, but Lady Indians have only committed 4 fouls in the whole half, and they play aggressive defense, so that's very good playing with your feet and not your hands.
And a foul on Beard sends Struthers to the line to shoot front end 1-1. It's off, no good. Rebound to Kennard for the Hornets. Kennard with the basketball to the right, to the left of the timeline. Kicks it out to Beard. Beard up to Schertz. Schertz to the right against Kenna Doherty. Feeds it into Moore. In triple team down there. Throws up a shot and she gets the whistle. So she'll go to the line to shoot 2. 19 fouls on the Hornets. 5 on the Indians. First on Sophia Albertini. 1:40 left to go here in the first half, 28-15. Indians up by 13. First shot by Moore is no good. Chambers into the game for Struthers. 1:40 left to go here in the first half, 28-15. Indians up by 13. Second shot on the way and good. Albertini with the basketball. 12-point lead for the Indians. Albertini loses it. Lucky she got away with the travel there. Off to Doherty. Doherty looks inside, opts out of trying to feed it into traffic, feeds it back out to Harris. Harris at the top of the key, surveys the offense, feeds it to Kenna Doherty into the lane. She kicks it out to Elise Doherty. Doherty into the lane, gets it swatted away by Kennard. Now to Moore. Moore drives down the right side. 2 Indians down there, loses it. Tough shot, blocked by Harris. Boy, she got grabbed by the arm. Harris streaks down the left side, shot up and no good. Rebound comes out to Kennard for the Hornets. Under a minute left to go in the first half. 12-point lead for the Indians. Down to the corner to Moore. Now steal by Albertini. Albertini dribbles down the left side, pull up jump shot, no good. A rebound comes out to Chambers. Chambers ball fake up in front of the rim and gets it to go. Chambers with 5 points on the night, off, and it goes back to the Hornets.
Yeah, nice job by Ava Chambers hustling down the court to get that missed shot rebound and put it back in.
Under 30 seconds left to go in the first half. 14-point lead for the Indians. Now steal by Harris. 22 seconds left. Harris down the right side of the floor. Up a timeline, picks up her dribble, feeds it off to Lise Doherty. Timeout, Coach Tuck. And the Indians will be back after this 30-second timeout. Let's St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Welcome back, 30-16. Indians up by 14, 15 and a half seconds left to go in the first half. Harris set to put the ball in play for the Indians. On the floor for the Indians. Harris, Albertini, Bradshaw, Chambers, and Simi. Into Albertini, feeds it to the elbow to Bradshaw. Back to Albertini at the left wing. 7 seconds, 6 seconds, three-pointer by Simi. Top of the key, off, no good. Rebound to chetopa, but it's out of on chetopa. 1.4 seconds left to go. Albertini set to put the ball in play under the basket for the Indians. Feed into Bradshaw in traffic, shot at the buzzers, no good. Halftime score, Indians 30, Hornets 16. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Welcome back to Chetopa, Kansas, opening round of the Mark Turlip Classic, where the Indians lead 30-16 here at halftime. Pretty sluggish start for the Lady Indians. Looked a little better in that second quarter, Ross.
Yeah, they started out kind of slow, missed a lot inside as we've talked about during the broadcast, but they were outscored, or they were down 13-11 at the end of the first quarter, Dan. Then they really had a strong second quarter. Chetopa was only able to get 3 points in the basket. Out St. Paul scored 19, so they outscored them by 16 in that second quarter. And even though they still missed a lot of easy shots that second quarter, they definitely shot a lot better shooting percentage, hit some free throws, got to the line a little bit, and really had a nice second quarter to get that 14-point lead.
Yeah, the Hornets jumped out and did a little full-court pressure on the Indians to start the game, and it really kind of rattled the Lady Indians. A few turnovers, but their biggest problem was too many easy bunny shots missed under the basket to start that ball game. Shooting percentage in that first quarter offensively wasn't very good. Kind of picked it up in that second quarter. Finally found their rhythm and got their offense going.
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating when you're missing a lot of shots inside, but the good thing is you're getting shots inside, and the law of averages says you're going to start making those after a while.
6:45 left to go here in the second quarter. When we come back from this break, Ross will have all the first half stats for the Hornets and the Lady Indians. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout. St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Welcome back. 4:24 left to go here in halftime, where the Lady Indians lead the Hornets of Chetopa 30-16, up by 14 after a sluggish start for the Lady Indians. Kind of came back around and got going offensively in that second quarter and has widened this gap out to 14. Ross, what do you got for first half stats?
Well, this is kind of a microcosm of the way the game was. Josie Harris was held scoreless in the first quarter, and she came out and scored 9 in the second quarter, kind of like the way the Indians, did it overall team-wise, and she's leading all scorers with 9. Then after that, it gets fairly balanced. Two girls that aren't known for scoring a lot, but it did a really nice job of stepping up is Chloe Seamy and Ava Chambers. They each have 5 each to be the second leading scorers for the Indians. Emerald Struthers chipped in 4. Elise Doherty had 3. Claire Bradshaw had 2, as well as I got 2. I think that was Kenna Doherty that had 2. And then get to the Lady Hornets. They were led by Braylee Kennard with 8. And then Amber Ross had a 3-pointer. Miss Pierce had 2 points. Michaela Moore hit a free throw for 1. And then Nikki Taylor Beard also had 2 points.
Yeah, Ross and I feel like we need to talk quiet because Coach Tuck, nobody in the gym. It's like a locker room out here. They just kept the girls on the bench, and he's done his locker room talk and adjustments right there on the bench. So feel like we're interrupting him as we talk about the first half. 2:56 left to go here in halftime Indians lead 30-16, up by 14 as Chetopa comes back out on the floor.
Dan?
Excuse me, we're going to.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Another interesting dynamic to this game, I think, is in volleyball, because of number shortages in Chetopa, and we're all in the same district, 3 of their starters drove up every day and played volleyball with the St. Paul Indians. And I know the girls I've talked to all said what a great experience that was, and they really enjoyed playing with the Chetopa girls. And here they are now playing basketball against each other. They combined, they were able to win the league volleyball tournament, or the league in volleyball. And, I think that's an interesting dynamic that these girls are, they know each other pretty well, and now they're out competing against each other.
It is. It's the same kind of dynamic as when you step on the floor and practice every day. You're on the same team, but it's really a competition. So same thing. They got different colored jerseys on after wearing the same colored jersey in volleyball. So we're going to take one more timeout. We're going to take one more 1-minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul Basketball on Hot 105. Welcome back to Chetopa, Kansas, opening round of the Mark Turlop Classic, where St. Paul leads Chetopa 30-16. The 4 teams in the Mark Turlop Classic is St. Paul, Chetopa Southeast, and Columbus. Opening round games is played on the road here tonight, and then Thursday and Friday night, full action at Billy Fager Fieldhouse in St. Paul to finish off the tournament. Unfortunate thing is this will be the only game of the night for us. The boys stricken by COVID yesterday and are quarantined until the 15th. So the St. Paul boys will have to sit the Mark Turlop Classic out and miss the Frontenac game, and should be back ready to go for the Opie game, I believe, on the 18th.
Yeah, and the bad thing is they're off the 14 days or the 10 days. I'm not sure what the period of time is right now, but they don't get to practice during that time either, Dan. So it's not like, they got the time off, but they can go work on things and still keep in basketball shape. They will be off, so that'll be hard to come back first night out playing Opie when you haven't even been able to practice.
That is true. St. Paul starts with the basketball here in the third quarter. They lead by 14, 30-16. Same 5 stars to start the game. Simi, Doherty, Albertini, and Chambers. Full court pressure applied by a travel on the Indians gives it to the Hornets, and the Indians jump into full court pressure here against the Hornets to start the third period. Moore with the basketball, guarded by Albertini. She goes to her left, crosses back over to her right. Albertini pokes at it. Here comes a double team, and it goes to Schertz. Schertz out at half court with it, throws it over the head of Moore, and goes back out of bounds to the Indians. Coach Bradshaw begging his players to look up because there was 2 Hornets underneath the basket, wide open.
Yeah, the Indians had 3 girls out front double teaming and then trying to get in the passing lane. And when you got 3 up top, there's plenty of girls down low. But the key is you got to see them, and they just weren't able to see them.
Doherty drives towards the baseline. Kenna Doherty into Chambers, turns, kicks it back out to Simi. 3-pointer on the way, off long, no good. Rebound, Kennard. Kennard with the basketball, feeds it to Moore at right wing. She drives right past Albertini. Shot up, gets it to go, and scores. Cuts the lead to 12, 30-18.
Yeah, nice little ball fake. Got the defender leaning the wrong direction, and she just went right around her straight to the basket.
Albertini, and that should have been a carry, got away with it. Up top to Doherty. Elise Doherty feeds it off to Chloe Simi. Simi to the elbow to Elise Doherty. Fakes the handoff. Shot in front of the rim. Left-handed shot. Can't get it to go, but she's fouled. Doherty never really got a handle on that. Must have had a hand on it because She just kind of heaved it up with her left hand, not really shot, kind of threw it like a shot put. Had somebody on her arm, so she goes the line to shoot two.
We'll call that a jump hook, Dan. She did a jump hook.
Moore with foul. That's her second. And Elise Doherty makes her first free throw. 6:47 left to go in the third. 31-18. Indians back up by 13. Doherty's second shot up and through there. Elise shooting free throws well tonight.
It's 3 for 4 from the line for Elise. That's a nice night.
Moore with the basketball. Full court pressure applied by the Indians. Moore against Albertini. Back to her left. Feeds it to Schertz. Schertz up by half court. Going to be bumped by Simi. And that's going to be the first foul in the third period on the Indians. And that foul is going to be on Chloe Simi, her first.
Yeah, it wasn't bad defense by any means. She just kind of leaned into her just a little with that shoulder and a little bit of contact, and could have been a no call easy enough, but ref went ahead and blew the whistle.
Moore feeds it over the top of Beard. Kenna Doherty with the steal all the way down. Layup good. Job by Doherty. So Chetopa basketball feeds it into Moore. Moore picked up by Simi.
Doherty's 4 this quarter, Dan. Chetopa 2.
Fed ahead. Ball's loose on the ground. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to stay with the Hornets of Chetopa. Elise Doherty and Kennard. On the tie-up, it'll stay with the Hornets.
I think one thing you notice, Dan, is the Indians have a lot deeper bench, and I think as the game goes on, you're going to see that come into play.
And all the way to the rim as you speak, and Kennard scores on the layup with her left hand. Albertini gets past 3 Hornets. Fed ahead to Doherty, Kenna Doherty, and it's good on the layup. Elise Doherty to Kenna Doherty. That's the way you look ahead, because there was 3 Hornets trying to pressure the basketball, left one wide open underneath the basket for the Indians. Timeout, Coach Tuck. We'll go ahead and stay here. It's just a 30-second timeout. Indians expand their lead to 36-20, 16-point lead. 5:59 left to go here in the third period.
Yeah, nice start to the third quarter by the Lady Indians. They're not turning the ball over. Their defense is getting turnovers, and we've had some inside shots that maybe we were missing the first quarter, Dan, but it seems like we've made all our layups this third quarter.
Oh, welcome everybody on the radio and to the live stream. Thursday night action will start. Excuse me, as my mask gets wadded up again. Thursday night action for the girls will start at 7 p.m. So join us about 6:45 as there will be a full slate of games at Billy Fager Fieldhouse.
Going to be a late night.
Well, not as late as it was going to be with the Indian boys stricken with the COVID.
That's true.
As they would have played the last game of the night. Chetopa's basketball coming out of the timeout. Steal by Kenna Doherty. Doherty down the left side. Feeds it ahead to Simi. Simi's going to get whistled for the travel as she took off before the basketball got to the ground. Gets whistled for the travel. Turns it right back over to the Hornets. 5:50 left to go in the third. Indians lead 36-20. Moore feeds it in Kennard. Back to Moore. Ahead to Beard. Beard gets it poked away by Doherty. Down for the layup, and it's good. Elise Doherty expands the lead 8-18, 38-20, and 5 subs come to the bench for the Lady Indians.
We have the dueling Dohertys here for the third quarter scoring. Dan, every time one scores, the other one thinks they need to go out and score to one-up them.
You want to have bragging rights when they get home to mom and dad.
That's right.
Boy, what's going to happen next year, Ross?
There'll be 3 Dohertys out there. That's right.
Maybe.
Maybe.
At times.
Yeah, it'll be possible to have 3 out there at once.
It sure will. Chetopa with the basketball. Ross three-pointer. Good. Just drilled it right through there from the left wing.
That's her second three-pointer of the game, Dan.
Yeah, it could be. The play-by-play man might be Doherty to Doherty to Doherty to Doherty to Doherty next year. Kenna Doherty with the basketball at right wing up top to Elise Doherty. Elise Doherty feeds it off to Chloe Simi. Off to the elbow to Elise. Turnaround jump shot from the elbow. No good. And it goes out of bounds. It's going to be off of the Hornets, so it'll stay with Indians. 5 Indians come into the game. That will be, everybody get cleared out so I can see Bradshaw, Harris, Struthers, Winter, and Vitt into the game for the Indians of St. Paul. 38-23, 15-point lead for the Indians. Harris with the basketball with their left hand all the way to the rim. Gets it to go. It bounced off about every side of the rim. Finally fell through. Full court pressure applied by the Indians. They stay in it. Now poked ahead by Jenny Vitt. She feeds it back to Struthers. Struthers into the lane. Pull-up jump shot. Good.
Yeah, I think
42-23 is the lead by the Indians.
I think this is where that depth is showing, Dan. We just did the hockey wholesale line change with 5 new players. Chetopa hasn't been able to sub, and 2 quick baskets off turnovers.
Now Kennard feeds it back to number 14, Pierce. Pierce with the basketball guarded by Bradshaw. Knocked out of bounds off of the Indians, and it stays with the Hornets of Chetopa. 3:55 left to go in the third. 42-23. Indians lead by 18. Beard with the basketball. Feeds it back to Moore. Moore down to the baseline to Pierce. Backside to Beard. Shot on the way. Good. Bradshaw to Winter. Back to Bradshaw. 3:36 left to go in the third. 42-25. 17-point lead for the Indians. Bradshaw with their left hand feeds it off to Struthers. Struthers down to the left block. Tough shot. Gets it to go, but she gets whistled for the travel. Gets whistled for the travel.
I'm not sure I saw a travel.
I'm not sure I saw the travel either. I thought they was going to whistle for a foul and calls a travel instead. It'll go back to the Hornets. 17-point lead for the Indians. Steal by Struthers to the rim. Layup good. Good steal off the inbounds by Struthers. Into Beard. Beard crosses and gets it poked away by Harris. Harris down towards the lane. Layup too hard. No good. Rebound comes to Kennard of the Hornets. 3:06 left to go in the third. And off of Schertz's foot and out of bounds, so it'll go back to the Lady Indians. Struthers set to put the ball in play to Bradshaw. 3:01 left to go in the third. 44-25. Bradshaw feeds it off to Winter. Winter back up top to Struthers. Struthers into the lane, kicks it out the baseline to Bradshaw to Vitt. Bounce pass into Struthers. Struthers going to get fouled off the inlet from Vitt to Struthers, and it'll just be the second team foul, so it'll be Indians basketball under their own rim. Claire Bradshaw set to put the ball in play for the Indians as Ross checks back in for the Hornets. She checks in for Arnold.
That's Arnold's 4th foul, Dan.
Vitt at the elbow, kicks it out. 3-pointer by Winter, off the back iron, just a little off. Long rebound comes out to the Hornets. Moore with the basketball, picked up by Harris, top of the key, poked away. Now Vitt with it. Vitt to Harris. Harris to the rim, right side, partially blocked by Kennard.
Yeah, it's 2 steals Jenny's gotten since she's gotten in the game.
Kennard with the basketball across the half court, crosses over against Harris, feeds it off to Moore. Moore down to the baseline to Ross. Cross-court pass back up top to Kennard. Harris picks her up by the timeline. Man-to-man defense applied by the Indians. Over to Moore, left wing, guarded by Struthers, up top to Ross. 3-pointer, top of the key, good. That's back-to-back threes, I believe, for her.
That's 3 for her in the game.
9 points for Ross, all off of threes. 44-28, 1:45 left to go in the third. Struthers, top of the key, trying to answer. Off the rim, no good. Rebound comes out to Ross, excuse me. Now the ball's loose. Struthers dives for it, gets past her. Now, 3-pointer by Kennard is good. So back-to-back threes by the Hornets, and the score is 44-31, 13-point lead for the Indians. 1:20 left to go in the third.
Been a very competitive third quarter.
Struthers down to the corner to Vitt. Vitt, ball fake, dribbles with her left hand, bounce pass into Struthers. Tough shot, gets it to go. Wow, that was a turnaround shot down low on the baseline on the right side against pressure and got it to go. Winter cuts off Pierce. Now Struthers goes for the steal, misses it more. 3-point shot, short, no good. Long rebound comes out to Kennard. Back up to Schertz. Schertz dribbles, double team now, and another swatted away, and Vitt chases it down, feeds it back to Bradshaw. 38 seconds left to go in the third. Vitt with the basketball, dribbles towards the top of the key, feeds it off to Struthers. Struthers into the lane, feeds it to Harris. Harris at the free throw line, loses it for a second, feeds it to Bradshaw. Bradshaw in traffic, and it's out of bounds off of the Hornets and stays with the Indians as Bradshaw lost it in traffic as wholesale hockey changes again for the Indians. 5 Indians in, 5 Indians out. 23 seconds left to go in the third. 15-point lead for the Lady Indians. Elise Doherty with the basketball, set to put it in play. Kenna Doherty with it, feeds it back out to Elise Doherty. Three-pointer from the baseline, long, no good. Kenna Doherty, rebound, put back, good.
Nice
Clean
job
up
by
your
Kenna.
Sister's mess, Kenna Doherty. Off the miss. And Beard with the basketball. Cross-court pass back to Schertz. Schertz to her right. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Three-pointer on the way by Ross, and she finally misses one at the buzzer. Score, Indians 48, Hornets 31 after 3. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. Let's St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Welcome back. Start of the fourth period. Indians lead 48-31. 8 minutes on the clock. They get ready to start this fourth period, and it will be Indians basketball. Kenna Doherty set to put the ball in play to Sophia Albertini. Albertini crosses half court as the Indians set their offense. Swings it around to Simi. Simi up top to Doherty. Feeds it to Elise Doherty. Elise Doherty with the ball fake all the way to the rim. Layup. Good. Elise Doherty finally finding her rhythm around the rim.
Yeah, nice drive by Elise. She took it to the basket hard and got the roll at the end of the shot.
Schertz gets past Simi. Good help by Kenna Doherty. Feeds it off to Ross. Ross to her right. Down to Pierce. Now to Kennard. Kennard drives the baseline. Good cutoff. Help defense by Albertini. Shot by number 14. That is Tabby Pierce, the junior. Gets it to go, and it's a 17-point lead for the Lady Indians. Albertini to her right, feeds it off to Kenna Doherty, up top to Elise Doherty. Passes on the three, drives to the right, feeds it to Albertini. Back up top to Simi, three-pointer by her, too hard, three-pointer by her, and Elise Doherty gets the long rebound. Doherty in towards the rim, shot up short, no good, but she's fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
That's 2 times in a row Elise has gotten the ball out on the wing and drove strong to the basket. Last time she got the roll on the layup. This time she's got the foul and is going to the free throw line for 2.
Doherty settles in at the line to shoot 2. First one on its way and good. I believe that makes her 4 for 5 from the free throw line. She settles in for her second.
You would be correct, Dan.
Second shot in and out, no good. Rebound, Ava Chambers, putback's no good, but Doherty, Kenna Doherty gets the rebound. Sophia Albertini drives with the left hand, has it poked away. Simi with it to the rim, layup, good by Chloe Simi. So Indians doing a good job hustling, working at offensive boards. Schertz with it, guarded by Simi. Here comes a double team. Chambers cuts her off. Now Beard with the basketball. Over to Kennard. Indians retreat, find their own man off the double team. Kennard towards the top of the key. Up above the timeline, Elise Doherty on her. Feeds it off to Pierce. Pierce up top to Schertz, drives around Seamy, now poked away by Chambers. Now feed down underneath, poked out of bounds by Chloe Seamy, so it'll stay with the Hornets under their own basket.
Yeah.
Little double team coming off that man-to-man for the Indians, Ross.
Yeah, you don't see a double team very often. They like to play straight up man-to-man, but apparently they'll do that in the corners every once in a while.
3-point shot from the baseline by Kennard, no good. Long rebound comes out to Sophia Albertini. Albertini looks ahead to Doherty. Doherty layup, good. Good ball movement by Albertini, pushing that ball up the floor off the left side, finding her teammate ahead of the pack. And the Indians out to a 55-33 lead.
Elise Doherty with 5 points in this fourth quarter.
Kennard with the basketball, but has it poked away from Doherty. Elise Doherty out there pestering her. Coach Tux needs to separate these Doherty girls on the wholesale changes here.
Yeah.
As we speak, 5 new Indians come to the scores table. With 5:39 left to go in the game, Indians leading 55-33. Back into the game is Harris, Struthers, Vitt, Winter, and Bradshaw. Timeout. Coach Johnson Bradshaw will take a short timeout. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Welcome back. 5:39 left to go in the game. Indians lead 55-33. And speaking of commercial breaks and sponsors, I want to thank all our sponsors. I think we have commercials just about for all of them now as we get underway here. But thanks to all the sponsors: St. Paul Supermarket, Exchange State Bank, Farmers Bank, St. Paul Tire and Lube, KW Trucking, JAC Electric, CD Electric, Exchange Insurance, Beechner Grain, Labette Health, Ritchie Drug Store, Westoff Interiors, and St. Paul Schools. We really appreciate all the sponsors hard at work. Shop local.
Yeah, without those sponsors, Dan, we wouldn't be here tonight. And you wouldn't be at home watching or listening or watching the game.
Chetopa's basketball coming out of the timeout. Ross with the basketball for the Pierce, for the Hornets. Guarded tightly by Maggie Winter. Feeds it off to Moore to Beard. Beard shot long, no good. Should have been over the back. Oh, they're going to call that off of Maggie Winter. She had position. Looked like Pierce was over her back. It'll be Moore set to put the ball in play for the Hornets. Moore looks, feeds it into Arnold. Arnold back, swatted out of bounds by Josie Harris, and he'll stay with the Hornets again.
Yeah, good defense by Josie. They do the old inbounds play where you throw it to the wing, and then the person who throws it in tries to sneak in the corner for the shot, and Josie was ready for it.
Kennard set to put the ball in play for the Hornets. She looks, feeds it in, gets it into Moore. Moore guarded tightly by Harris. And must have been poked away by Harris. There's a push off by Moore.
Yeah.
She knew she'd do it. She got her left hand trying to make a little space as Harris was out there pestering her. 5-12. Just tried to swat her away like a mosquito and got called for it.
Yeah.
5:09 left to go in the game. 55-33, 22-point lead for the Indians. Vitt feeds it off to Struthers. Struthers feed into Bradshaw. Bradshaw, tough shot. Long, no good. Rebound comes to Beard for the Hornets. Beard pushes the ball down. Struthers picks her up about the timeline. Feed down to the corner to Kennard. 3-point shot by her. Good. Rattles her home against Claire Bradshaw. Winter feeds it into Harris. 4:39 left to go in the game. 55-36 is the Indians' lead. Struthers with the basketball. Up to Winter. Winter to Bradshaw. Bradshaw back to Struthers. Drives into the lane. Kicks it down to the corner to Harris. About threw it over her head. Harris looks inside. Has her at the baseline. Now drives to the elbow. kicks it to Bradshaw. And that's going to be a travel by Claire Bradshaw. It's going to turn it back over to the Hornets.
Yeah, the Lady Hornets have hit 4 3-pointers in this second half, Dan. They've done a nice job shooting the ball.
55-36, Indians still lead by 19. Moore with the basketball. Indians shot a few threes in that first half, but the second half have been more aggressive, going closer to the rim, getting higher percentage shots.
Yeah, they don't have any threes in the second half because they're just, like you said, they're just driving into the basket and forcing the action inside, which when you're making the layups, that's the good thing to do.
And you pointed out earlier, Ross, I think depth and rotation is really coming into play now, too.
Yeah.
Moore with the basketball for the Hornets. Tries to feed across court, does to Arnold. Arnold into the lane, is going to get fouled on the floor. That's going to be the third team foul on the Indians, and that's going to be the first on Vet. 3:54 left to go in the game, 55-36 Indians lead. Kennard set to put the ball in play for the Hornets. Over the top of Moore, but Pierce is there to retrieve it. That should have been a carry-on piece. Pierce, she got away with it, down to Beard at the corner. Beard drives the baseline. Tough shot, blocked by Struthers. Rebound comes out to Vitt. Feeds it ahead to Struthers, who feeds it ahead to Harris. Harris pull up 10-footer, no good. Chased down by Maggie Winter. Good hustle by her. Feeds it to Bradshaw, to Struthers. Struthers to Vitt. Vitt looks inside, back up to Struthers, drives the elbow to the left block. And boy, all kinds of contact. Nothing called. It's going to be out on the Indians.
Yeah, I thought that either had to be a charge or a block. I didn't think it was a no call, but apparently I was wrong.
And it goes back to the Hornets. Indians jump back into their full court pressure.
And then I thought the shot was blocked on the way up too, and they went ahead and gave it to the
Still by Jenny Vitt, feeds it back ahead to Harris. Harris to Bradshaw. Bradshaw down to baseline, feeds it to Harris, around to Struthers, whips it to Vitt. Vitt down to the baseline to Winter. Winter looks inside to Harris, not there. Feed up to Struthers. Struthers surveys the offense, feeds it to Harris at left wing. Long three-point shot by Harris, no good. Rebound comes down to Moore.
A lot of back and forth action, but no one scored for a few minutes, Dan.
Moore spins away into the lane. Harris gets on her arm. It's going to be a foul on her on the floor before the shot. Fourth team foul, as just two subs come to the scores table. Kenna Doherty and Chloe Simi in for Bradshaw and Struthers. Good rotation here tonight, trying to keep everybody fresh. 3 games in a week is a little different, Ross, early in the season, so you play yourself into shape somewhat in basketball here.
Yeah, but it's nice that you don't have to push everybody with maximum minutes in a game early in the week when you got 2 more games at the end of the week.
And the other thing to point out is no JV St. Paul girls this year, no JV team with just 10 girls on the roster. Coach Tuck not wanting to stretch anybody too thin, so it's nice to get everybody in and get some playing time here. Shot by Chetopa, no good. Ball's loose on the floor. It's going to be Chetopa's basketball timeout. 30-second timeout. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Let's St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Well, welcome back to Chetopa, Kansas, as the St. Paul Lady Indians lead the Hornets. 2:23 left to go in the game, 55-36.
Action's bogged down just a little bit in the fourth quarter, Dan, but when you have a 20-point lead, teams get they lose their focus, and then everybody gets a little tired as well.
Pierce with the basketball to her right, picked up out there by Maggie Winter. Off to Kennard, picked up by Harris. Harris up to Arnold. Arnold with the basketball. Count is on, and that's going to be a 5-second call. Good defense by the Indians. Good denial defense. And it goes back to the Indians. Full court pressure applied by the Hornets. Winter set to put the ball in play. Feeds it ahead to Kenna Doherty. Doherty drives against Schertz. All the way down to the baseline to Vitt. 3-point shot by her, long, no good. Kenna Doherty fights for it. Jump ball, possession arrow to the Hornets.
Both teams still playing hard.
Shirts with the basketball, double teamed, and it's going to be a jump ball, so it's going to go right back to the Lady Indians. 1:52 left to go in the game, 55-36. Both offenses kind of quieted down here, as Ross alluded to. Kenna Doherty's set to put the ball in play for the Lady Indians, feeds it in Chloe Seamy. Seamy up top to Winter. Winter over to Harris. Harris looks inside, puts a ball fake on, drives the baseline. It's going to be a foul on Arnold. 5th team foul on the Hornets.
That might be her 5th as well.
To the scores table is more for the Hornets, and that is 5 fouls on Molly Arnold. Kenna Doherty set to put the ball in play for the Indians. Doherty into Harris, shot at the bucket. Good inbounds play. Good movement by the Indians offense. Get Harris free under the basket. Good screen away from the basketball to make that all happen. Moore with the basketball down to the baseline. Winter cuts her off, feeds it back up top to Shirts. Shirts drives against Doherty. Shot up, no good. Gets her own rebound. Cross-court pass to Kennard. Now down to Moore. Three-pointer by her. No good. Rebound to Chloe Seamy. Seamy pushes the ball ahead to Harris. Harris down at the right baseline. Three-point shot from the right wing. No good. Saved inbound. Oh, going to stay out of bounds. Good hustle by Chloe Seamy. Tried to save it into Josie Harris. Ava Chambers into the game for the Indians. In for Josie Harris.
Yeah, the Lady Indians are still playing hard. Good hustle on that rebound. Her foot was just on the line.
57-36, 21 or 11. Their 21-point lead for the Indians. Just under a minute left to go in the game. On the floor for the Indians, Winter, Chambers, Vitt, Seamy, and Kenna Doherty, all sophomores, Ross.
Yeah, a lot of Indians are very, very young. They got 3 juniors and the rest of their 7 sophomores. It's a big sophomore class, and it's a good basketball class.
Kenna Doherty and his turnover on the Hornets going to give it back to the Indians. Seamy with the basketball for the Indians. To the right, to the left. Feeds it to Vitt down in the corner. Vitt drives to her right, feeds it off to Seamy. Seamy to her left, all the way to the bucket. Gets it swatted away by Kennard, and she's going to end up stealing it, as I think Seamy got swatted right in the face. Kennard, three-point shot by her, long, no good. It's knocked out of bounds hard, and it's going to be a foul on Chambers, I believe.
Yeah.
Ava was like spiking a volleyball. Got a little too much of her arm.
Yeah.
Second foul on her, 15 foul on the Indians. 18.6 seconds left to go in the game. Indians lead 57-36. So Indians going to recover a little bit off that loss from Galena. Started off slow tonight, but came alive in that second quarter and played pretty well here in the second half. Shot at the bucket by the Hornets, 7 seconds left. Ball's loose on the floor, chased down right at half court by Kennard. Moore with it, three-pointer by her, off, no good.
Buzzer.
And that's, I guess the buzzer didn't work, and that's the ball game. 57-36 is the final score. We'll be back with final game stats after this 1-minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul Basketball on Hot 105. Welcome back to Chetopa, Kansas, where the Lady Indians come out victorious in the opening round of the Mark Turlop Classic, 57-36. Ross, what do you got for final game stats?
Well, looks like the Indians are still adding up their totals, Dan, but it looks like Indians are going to be, Josie Harris had 13 points on the game, 9 at halftime, 4 in the second half. Elise Doherty ended up with 12 points on the night, which was a good night for her. Claire Bradshaw chipped in a bucket. Emerald Struthers ended up with 10. A nice night for Chloe Seamy, who had 7 points. And then Ava Chambers had 5. And Kenna Doherty had a very nice game with 8 points as well. So very balanced scoring for the Indians. For Chetopa, they were led by Braylee Kennard with 16. She had a very nice night. Then Amber Ross had 9 points with 3-pointers. And I think I might be missing a basket somewhere for the Chetopa girls, but Michaela Moore ended up with 3 points. Miss Pierce had 2 points, and Taylor Beard had 4.
So the Indians come out, bring the record to 1-1. Coming back after a tough loss against Galena, playing pretty sluggish in that first quarter, I thought, Ross, but kind of came back in that second quarter and then played well in that second half with a lot of good rotation, 10 Lady Indian rotation there in that second half, and stretch that lead out to 57-36 for a 21-point victory.
Yeah, interesting game. I mean, the score was, like you said, 21 points, so it wasn't close on the scoreboard. But other than that second quarter, it was really a fairly competitive game. I mean, they outscored us by 2 in the first quarter, and then we outscored them by 3 in the third and 4 in the fourth. So, you know, if we didn't have that big second quarter spurt, this would have been a very close game.
So night off for the Indians tomorrow night, but back into action Thursday and Friday night. Thursday night, the Lady Indians will play Southeast at 7 p.m. Friday night, they will play Columbus at 7 p.m. So join us both nights about 6:45, and we'll bring you Lady Indians action. We're going to sign off here tonight. Lady Indians win their opening round game of the Mark Turlop Classic, 57-36 over the Hornets of Chetopa. Thanks, Zach, back in the studio, and we'll see you Thursday about 6:45. You've been listening to St. Paul Basketball on Hot 105. Thanks, everybody on the live